that empowers people with disabilities to help them learn and use computers and mobile devices by using hardware devices just like KeyX. And we are very, very happy. I'm very happy and excited to be at Krypto Labs, especially after the ending of the startup competition, EdTech Startup Competition that we happened to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Krypto Labs. My name is Patikrit Banerjee. We are here for the finals of the Krypto Labs Edtech Innovation Competition 2018. From online banking to real-time news, we live in a world immersed in digital technology. But when we look at our classrooms, we realize that the application of technology is still in its infancy. This evening, we will meet an outstanding group of entrepreneurs and innovators who are dreaming and imagining the classrooms of the future. It gives me great pleasure to welcome on stage Dr. Saleh Al-Hashmi. Dr. Saleh wakes up every morning believing in the power of academic excellence, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Dr. Saleh's executive roles include being the managing director of Krypto Labs. Dr. Saleh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Krypto Labs would like to congratulate these finalists, and also I would like to congratulate every one of the 800 who took the time to apply for our contest. It is an honor that you have entrusted us to help you elevate your business ideas, and we look forward to doing so. Thank you.
I would like to request on stage Mr. Anas Zainuddin, the Executive Director of Krypto Labs. Anas had a pivotal role to play in the physical infrastructure that we have in front of us today. And today, he's leading the development of the ecosystem of Krypto Labs, realizing the vision that was built in the first place. Anas.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all to Krypto Labs on this great and exciting evening for the EdTech Innovation Startup Competition.
Education of the future needs to be inclusive for everyone, not just for the mainstream population. Please welcome Adriano from Key2enable. They are developing accessibility solutions for universal education.
You all probably remember the emotion of writing your name for the very first time. But how longer would that take if you just could never grab a pencil, like Julia, for example? Okay? And what if people had to interpret the blinking of your eyes to figure out what you're trying to say, just like Daniel did every single day? Would you have made it to the college that way? And how many schools would have accepted you if you had an intellectual disability, like Laura? I'm asking you, this because there are more than 230 million people with some severe motor or intellectual disabilities. And what does it have to do with education? Well, everything. Schools are just not prepared enough to educate and integrate those special students. And that leads to segregation of them, and segregation leads to lack of opportunities for those special students when they grow old, and less development of their potential skills, and that leads to more prejudice in our society. But the good news is, as for Julia, you don't have to worry about her. Even though she still cannot hold that pencil, now Julia writes. And Daniel may never use his own voice to talk, but now Daniel communicates. And Laura will never learn about her own limitations because now she's busy enough learning about everything else at school, thanks to KeyX. KeyX is a revolutionary set of assistive devices and software that helps anyone with any motor disability to use computers and mobile devices, to write, to have lessons, to play games. And everything can be done in KeyX only by blinking the eye. But that's not all. KeyX is part of an educational platform that uses artificial intelligence to help teachers and educators to create more engaging and interactive activities and unleash the very true potential of those special students. And in fact, bringing technology, bringing education to disabled students is much more than a humanitarian mission. It's also a great business opportunity. And in fact, it's a $19 billion market that grows more than 7% every single year, thanks to the aging of population and the improvement of life conditions in places like Latin America and Africa. And we at Key2enable have always believed that. And that's why we've been bootstrapping our company since our very foundation. We've been reinvesting back all of the revenues we made with KeyX by selling it for $2,000 a unit for the past 4 years, and now we are ready to go exponential. We have already $2.4 million in contracts in Brazil for 2019, and we can achieve the very same results in the United States as well in only 12 months with a $2.5 million investment. And we can do this because we have a team of very experienced serial entrepreneurs and a very talented and skilled technical core. But you don't have to take my word for that. You can always trust Singularity University, because in 2018, Key2enable has become one of their few portfolio companies from that institution. And I'm that smiling guy over here. I know I look young here, but I'm in the assistive technology business for 10 years now. And hopefully, soon enough, I will have some brilliant new teammates. How about that? Julia is the best student at math at her classroom. Daniel is already computing and photoshopping just by blinking his eyes. And Laura is already learning how to read and then to write. How about that? But one thing is for sure, you're going to love to join us for more extraordinary stories like Julia's, Daniel's, and Laura's. And I am Adriano from Key2enable, and it's going to be a pleasure to show you some people in real action with KeyX. Come on, Revisor. This is my business partner. Thank you. Okay, let's do it. Let's do something live. What about writing my own name with the blinking of my eyes, just like Daniel has been doing. All right. Okay. So I'm going to blink my eyes to combine some of those colored buttons, and then I'm going to write my name. Okay, letter A with the blue, followed by the yellow. All right? And then letter D would be achieved by combining the blue and the red colored button. Okay. You see the difficulty that a person with disability has to overcome, but with KeyX, it is made much more easy. I just don't need to type in every single letter of my name. If I type only the 3 first letters, then an intelligent accelerator of typing can help me to complete just by blinking my eyes. That's my name. I'm pretty emotional right now because I did it just like Daniel did. And it would be a pleasure to show you Daniel in live action, just like this. Okay, this is Daniel. Nice to meet you, Daniel. You are in Abu Dhabi right now. He's photoshopping. He's blinking his eyes to control KeyX, and this is his classroom. He's doing the very same activity as his colleagues. This is integration. This is education, and this is inclusion. Thank you very much, Daniel. Okay. Now, if somebody has some questions, that will be a pleasure to help them.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation, and also thank you for to think about this idea, I mean, especially assistive technologies. So my question is, what the difference in the field of assistive technologies, what is unique in your device? Because there is some devices with, the student can choose the color or the letter, or maybe can even blink. But what really the unique from your device or system?
Okay, there was a video that unfortunately didn't play during the presentation, but KeyX is a platform that makes people with different natures of disabilities to use computers and mobile devices, but by different ways. If somebody has a limited motion or limited fine motor coordination skills, it can just tap those colored buttons that are touch sensitive and combine them just the way I did by blinking, but not by blinking, just by touching it, and then it can write everything and also use the mouse. That's one way of using it. It can also be used with the feet if it's better for the individual. And if the individual cannot stretch their limbs up to reach those buttons, it can use any kind of accessories that makes part of our set. One of our accessories are the eye blinking devices that works almost as a last resource for very, very severe disabilities. But we have plenty of other peripherals to more specific disabilities. But anyone can use KeyX to control machines and like computers, mobile device, doing like this. And for those who have intellectual disabilities, we have a specialized program with artificial intelligence that, with assistance of the teachers and the educators, they can build in 5 minutes or less lessons and activities for those disabled students to answer by touching or blinking the eyes. So it's an entire set, and what makes us different? This is a centerpiece of a wider solution for for a wider variety of different disabilities, and then we are helping the individuals themselves and the teachers and the educators and the families of those individuals.
Maybe, yes. So you are also supporting the parents or as you said, the teacher with some lesson plan or how to use this in their teaching or maybe with their kids, yeah? So you are giving them, it's not only the device, you are also giving them how to use it, example of using it. That would be good also to have.
Sure. Yeah, it's not just selling hardware.
Yeah.
That our many competitors do just that because
Yes,
they are
yes.
competitors in the assistive technology market.
Yes.
We are bringing assistive technology to the EdTech market.
Yes,
That's the difference.
That's good. That's good. Thank you. Very nice. Project.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your presentation. It's very humble and noble to see what you're doing with these children. In terms of all of the maybe different disabilities that device can actually help support in terms of the different technologies, what's the level of training and sophistication for maybe a teacher in a classroom to be able to use a product like that?
Well, for the individual with motor disability but with no intellectual disability, it's quite trivial. With one sentence, with one command, he can understand and figure out how it happens. People say that good products must have not do not have to have an instruction manual, and that's what happens with KeyX. But for the classroom use, then we have the educational support for the teachers and the staff that helps the inclusion of those students with disabilities. We have a virtual environment of learning designed for the teachers to help them to help them learn how to create more engaging activities using our platform. And for those students or only individuals that are at home needs some accessibility for computers or mobile devices like this, we can sell directly to them, no problem. But for classrooms, the most recommended solution is the entire set.
And what's the manufacturing cost of a device?
Sorry?
You sell it for $2,000 a unit, is that correct?
Yeah.
What does it cost you to actually produce the device?
It costs $750 to produce, and then we sell it for $2,000. That's the gross profit for the hardware.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks. Could you remind me of your revenue again?
Sorry?
Your revenues?
Okay. You want to see it
Yeah,
again?
sorry, I missed that slide.
Okay.
It was up there.
Okay. So revenue. Traction. Okay. Here it is. That's how we built our traction,
roughly
all
200K.
entirely built in Brazil. Yeah. And now you're stepping into the United States.
Okay, and so and your model is you don't sell the device on its own, you sell a package. So
Yeah.
this is a subscription package?
For schools, we are currently selling the package, okay? But for end users at home, we are validating a model of subscription in Brazil, because for them, they need just to use one or two parts of the hardware, so it makes more sense for end users to subscribe instead of actually purchasing the entire set. And we have keep in mind that some kinds of disabilities are only temporary. People can rehabilitate from some conditions, and then they may have to use some assistive devices just for a small period of time, and then they don't need them anymore. So what is he or she going to do with that assistive technology that she purchases? So you can just, as a TV cable, just subscribe for the time that's making sense for them.
Got it. And how much are you charging for individuals versus schools? What is your pricing?
The pricing, the individual pricing of each of those products are just here. Anyone can just buy any part of the hardware. That is here. In bold are the prices for end users, and in the common letters are the price, the cost of manufacturing.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
So in terms of the addressable market, whether it's a district or a school, what's your addressable number of students usually with disabilities that you guys can help? Is it 1%, 5%, 20%?
It's around 3% of the entire population.
So safely, it's around 3%?
Yeah. 3%.
Conservatively?
3%. It's, we have calculated the same percentage also for the MENA region. It's not very different in Brazil. It's not very different in the United States. In some way, disabilities are kind of democratic, you know. Most of them, like cerebral palsy and stroke and many things that some are from birth and some you just get during your life, but the percentages are quite the same worldwide.
What about autism? So if you look at the population of autistic students, some of them, you know, have severe cases, some of them don't have severe cases, but roughly in this area of autism, how much can you serve of them? What's the requirements? Can you serve all the spectrum or just a part of it?
Just a part, but in case of autism, we never recommend buying or using the hardware or the solution unassistedly. So for treating autism, for dealing with autism, the only way to use KeyX solutions is assisted by a professional. That can either be the professional of education or a professional of rehabilitation area, like speech therapists or occupational therapists. So when somebody calls in our company, oh, I have a daughter that has some degree of autism, and then I want to purchase the keyboard, for example. We don't do this. We recommend them to convince the school to talk to us, and then we do the correct advice and purchase.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to invite Dr. Saleh and Anas to come on stage, please.
Thank you so much. Good. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Kiko, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the winner for lifelong learning application is CLAS. For supplemental application, Parlay Ideas and 42 Lab. Suspense comes to an end. The entrepreneur hero of this evening is Key2enable. one more. For curriculum application, Kam Kalima.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Krypto Labs and the entire management team and of all the affiliated companies as well, I'd like to thank you all for being with us on this very joyful occasion. Thank you to all the startups and congratulations to Key2enable again. Congratulations to all the startups for all your hard work and all your initiatives. And congratulations to everyone, to all the entrepreneurs, all the startups. Thank you to all the investors and everyone else who joined us today. And a special thank you to the very hardworking Krypto Labs team that has done a phenomenal job in making this happen. So thank you all very much. Feel free to stick around, network, mingle. Thank you all tonight. Have a great evening. Assalamu alaikum.